Hey guys, what's happening? My name is Anthony, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to master the Saudi Arabia circuit, Jeddah. So if you're new to this channel and you don't know how my track guides work, I take you around the track slowly, giving you all the details you need to know on how to be quick in the game, and then I will show you a real-time lap so that you can see how to tackle the circuit at full speed. So as usual, if you do learn from this video, make sure to comment down below how much time you were able to gain thanks to this track guide, and also smash the like button. Now, let's get into how to master Jeddah. And I'd like to thank everybody who's on the screen right now for being channel members. If you do want to support the content past just liking and subscribing, make sure to click the join button underneath the video to learn more. Okay then guys, so as you come up to the final corner, you really want to brake early and just slow the car down, especially when you're preparing for the lap. You really want to get as best exit as possible because you're going to be carrying all that speed all the way down to turn 1. So you want to be as wide as you possibly can, basically having half the car off the track, and then turn it in early, get your foot on the throttle early and nice and smooth, and then you'll be carrying all of that speed all the way down to turn 1. Open up the DRS and then just keep the car straight really, and you should be good going up to turn 1. Now turn 1 is a little different in this year's game because, as you may remember from F1 2021, there was actually a curb on the right hand side that people would use as a braking zone. However, this time that's not the case, and with a preset setup, I believe we use preset 4 around here. So with a preset 4 setup, you want to brake pretty much dead on the 100 meter board. If you brake any later than that, or at least if I brake any later than that, I tend to lock up into the corner. So I usually brake dead on the 100 meter board. Turn in early. You can actually ride this curb. At first I thought you wouldn't be able to, but you can actually ride this curb pretty well on F1 22. And then you want to downshift into third gear, then one last downshift into second gear. Try and ride this curb as well because it'll give you the line that you need out of the corner. And then short shift up to fourth. Use all the track. You can still actually use this curbing here on Jeddah, so make sure you use that just to get that better exit. And then coming up to this next corner now, very tricky corner because you have to turn in quite early, but you don't obviously want to turn in too early or else you're going to smash your wheel. So I want to say around about maybe 60 meters, you want to brake, downshift into fifth gear, turn in early. You want to use as much of this track as you possibly can. Be as close to this wall as you possibly can. And in this year's game, you can't actually go wide. If you go too wide on this corner exit here, you're going to invalidate. So most, you want to have your car positioned like this, with the middle of your car being on the right here. And then you just want to be as smooth as possible here. Upshift into sixth. You want to carry the speed in sixth gear around here. Be as close to the wall as you possibly can. One last upshift to seventh gear. Do not ride this curb like you would in F1 2021 because it will spit you out and you will invalidate. So you want to just ride over the curb with the right hand side of your tires. Carry all that speed throughout here. And roughly around about here, you want to brake a little bit. Just a quick dab on the brakes. Downshift into sixth gear. Carry the speed in. And then be as smooth as you can, be as early as you can on the throttle as well, because again, you're going to carry all of that speed all the way up to the first corner of sector 2. Now, you're going to be in 8th gear for this corner, brake at the 50 meter board, slowly turn the wheel. You want to be smooth with these cars. It really rewards you for being patient and smooth with this year's cars. Downshift into 4th gear, hug this curbing as much as you can, and then slowly start applying that throttle. Upshift to 5th gear if you need to, just to be able to get that traction down quicker. And then just keep as close as you can to the walls as possible. This next corner is a very tricky corner with a preset 4 setup. You do want to brake slightly earlier, so I want to say roughly maybe around 60 meters. It's very tricky to get this braking right because you can't actually see the 50 meter board coming up, so you sort of have to go by memory. But you brake hard down into 5th gear, be as close to the wall as you possibly can without of course hitting it, then be as smooth as possible. You want to ride this curb on the exit as much as you can without invalidating of course, and then keep the car turning left because this wall comes up to you quicker than you would expect, especially when you're on a good lap. So keep the car turning left and then straighten up the car, and then obviously you just want to path of the least resistance, open up DRS, the new DRS zone being here. Path of least resistance to the next braking zone. This braking zone you want to brake with a preset 4 setup just before you reach the black box on top of you there, the black TV box there. Want to brake just before then. In 8th gear, down into 5th gear with preset 4, or 6th if you feel more comfortable with that. And then just get on the throttle as quickly as you can. Now this curb in this year's game, you have to take it completely differently. You will see in the hot lap that I made, I did take this curb, however, you don't want to be on full throttle. I think if you're on full throttle, you're going to spin out So you want to be really smooth. If you're not fully confident in yourself of being able to take this curb on the exit, do not do it, because it will spit you out. You'll go straight into the wall. So yeah, again, just pass with least resistance up to the final corner. You want to open up DRS. The DRS line is a little bit later this time around than it was in the previous game. Yeah, just pass with least resistance. And then coming up to the final corner, you want to brake just after the 100-meter board. So as soon as you pass the 100-meter board, bam, on the brakes. You want to be super straight, because obviously you don't want to lock up, especially if you're not using ABS. Downshift into 4th gear. Obviously you want to hug the curbing there, and then just be as smooth as you can. And then on the exit of the final corner, you want to just, again, take the path of least resistance, cross the line, and that is a lap of Jeddah. Okay, so now that we've gone through the slow explanation, you've seen how I've taken some of the corners in real time. Now I'm going to play the full lap in real time so that you guys can see how to tackle Jeddah.
Okay, so far our fastest lap is at 1:27.7.
And that's how you tackle the Saudi Arabian circuit, Jeddah. Now I pass it over to you guys. All you need to do is go into time trial, go into a Grand Prix, and practice what you've learned from this video. If you're new and you want more track guys like this, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and click any one of the videos that you see on the screen right now, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.